This video will give you an overview and explanation of every role there is to play in Trouble Brewing, the most beginner-friendly script of characters in Blood on the Clocktower. Each segment will tell you the basics you need to know, plus a couple of ideas on how you can play as that character. We will be going through the characters in the same order that they appear on your character sheet, but if you want to jump to a specific character, there are timestamps below. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll try to help. First up, we will look at the 13 townsfolk, starting with the Washerwoman. The Washerwoman's token states, you start knowing that one of two players is a particular townsfolk. During the first night of the game, the storyteller will wake you up and tell you two players and a role which one of them is. In this example, let's say that you learn that either seat 6 or seat 4 is the monk. You could claim that you are the Washerwoman to seat 6 and opt for 3 possible roles you saw them as, including the monk. If seat 6 trusts you, hopefully they will confirm their role. If their information does not match yours, maybe seat 4 is the monk that you're looking for. Just because you found the townsfolk who match your information, that doesn't mean the other possibility can't be trusted. They could be a minion or even the demon, but they may just be a different townsfolk. Once your work is done, you may want to get executed by nominating a virgin or get dug up by an Undertaker so they can vouch for you and your info. The Washerwoman is a Night 1 info role. They don't gain any more information as the game goes on. Up next is the Librarian. The Librarian's token states, you start knowing that one of two players is a particular outsider, or that 0 are in play. In this example, you learn on night 1 that either seat 2 or seat 4 is the saint. You could approach both players individually and let them know you're a librarian who saw them as an outsider. If they're the saint, they'll likely reveal this to you. The saint can be a stressful role, and they would love to have you vouch for them in town. You could also learn that seat 5 or seat 7 is the drunk. The drunk doesn't know they're the drunk, so this will encourage both players to be skeptical of their information. Be aware, a common storyteller trick is to make the librarian the drunk and have both of their drunk targets be sober. An even more devious trick is to have the spy register as an outsider and appear as the supposed outsider in your info. Learning a 0 may seem boring, but it will confirm that a baron isn't in play when there should be 0 outsiders. If you can find a virgin, you can nominate them to confirm them and your info. If you are the drunk, you will not be executed by nominating a virgin. The drunk is an outsider, and the virgin's ability only works with townsfolk. The Librarian is a Night 1 info role. They learn no more information after the game starts. Next, we have the Investigator. The Investigator's token states, you start knowing that one of two players is a particular minion. The Investigator learns an evil minion they're playing against and 2 players it could be. In this example, the storyteller tells you that one of seat 3 or seat 6 is the poisoner. Unlike the Washerwoman and Librarian, who learn good characters, the Investigator cannot rely on a minion being truthful. Instead, you will need to work with other players. Maybe an Empath can clear their neighbor, or an Undertaker can dig up a player who was executed and see that they were the minion. You should share your information early so you can collaborate and figure out your target. Watch out for the Recluse. A Recluse can register as a minion, throwing off your information if they are one of your 2 players. It's possible that neither player is actually a minion. If all else fails, you can push to execute both players. After all, just because you learned seat 6 was evil, it doesn't confirm that seat 3 is good. However, this means 2 days that you are likely not executing the demon. The Investigator is a Night 1 info role. They learn no more information after the game starts. If you can find and nominate a virgin, you will be executed, confirming you are sober and the virgin as a good player to town. Next, we have the Chef. The Chef's token states, you start knowing how many pairs of evil players there are. On the first night, the storyteller will tell you a number. This number means how many pairs of evil players are sitting directly next to each other. In this example, the evil players have a player between them, so you would learn a 0. In this example, they are directly next to each other, so you would learn a 1. In larger games, there are more evil players. Here, the demon is alone, but the minions are together, so the chef would learn a 1. When 3 evil players are next to each other, the chef will learn a 2. In this example, seats 5 and 6 are one pair, and seats 6 and 7 are another pair. When you're playing as the chef, it's important to keep the Recluse in mind. The storyteller can have the Recluse register as evil or good. In this example, the storyteller can tell you at 1 if they register the Recluse as evil, or 0 if they register the Recluse as good. The chef is a Night 1 info role. They don't gain any more information as the game goes on. Next, we have the Empath. The Empath's token states, each night, you learn how many of your 2 alive neighbors are evil. Each night, the Empath learns 0, 1, or 2 from the storyteller. Here, both neighbors are good, so you learn a 0. In this example, only one neighbor is evil, so the Empath learns a 1, but they will not be told which neighbor is evil and which is good. Finally, if both neighbors are evil, you will learn a 2. As the game goes on, an Empath's information can reach around the Grim. If Seed 8 dies, Seed 7 becomes the Empath's new alive neighbor, so the Empath will get information based on Seed 7 and Seed 2. The Empath learns their information after the demon kills, so the info you learn will be based on who you wake up next to. Depending on how powerful your neighbors are, you may want them to die so you can get more info. Learning that a neighbor is evil won't tell you whether they are a minion or the demon. Evil travelers will also trigger your ability. A Recluse may falsely appear to be evil to an Empath, and a Spy may falsely appear to be good to an Empath. Up next, we have the Fortune Teller. The Fortune Teller's token states, each night, choose 2 players. You learn if either is a demon. There's a good player that registers as a demon to you. Every night when you pick 2 players, you will be told a yes if one of them is the demon, but you won't be told which player it is, and a no if neither player is the demon. Learning a yes is helpful, but remember that one good player will falsely register as the demon to your ability. This player is known as your red herring. Neither of you know they're the red herring, and they will be the red herring for the entire game. The Recluse may register as a demon too. Here are a few examples. You pick Seed 2 and 3 and learn a no, since neither is the demon. You pick Seed 3 and 4 and learn a yes, since Seed 4 is the demon. Since you know Seed 3 gave you a no, this is called an isolated yes on Seed 4. You pick yourself in Seed 4 and learn a yes, since you picked the demon and you were your own red herring. Learning a no on 2 players doesn't mean they can be trusted. Unlike the Empath, which can detect any evil player, evil minions are not detected by the Fortune Teller's ability, even the Scarlett Woman, who can become the demon. The Fortune Teller is a powerful character and a likely target if you reveal yourself. It may be better to ask a less valuable role to share information like, there's a Fortune Teller yes on Seed 4 on your behalf so you can remain hidden. Next, we have the Undertaker. The Undertaker's token states, each night, you learn which character died by execution today. The storyteller will wake up the Undertaker and let them know the role of the player who was executed in town. The Undertaker does not learn who the demon kills. In this example, Seed 8 was executed by town, and that night you learn that they were the Investigator. Seed 2 is killed by the demon, so you do not learn their role. The Undertaker is a powerful role for town, so you may want to keep it a secret on day 1. The morning after an execution, you can build trust by talking to the executed player and letting them know what you saw them as. You may not want to do this right away though, as the demon could be watching to see who rushes to the executed player. Of course, if you dig up an evil role, you won't want to reveal yourself to them either. If you dig up a drunk, that is helpful information too, since the executed player would not have known they were the drunk. Next, we have the Monk. The Monk's token states, each night, choose a player, not yourself. They are safe from the demon tonight. The player you pick cannot be killed that night. As the Monk, you can protect powerful info gathering roles like the Fortune Teller, and characters who can be mechanically confirmed as good, like the Virgin. If the day begins by the storyteller saying no one has died, that may be because of your protection. The Monk can protect the same player repeatedly, but the Monk cannot protect themselves, which makes them an easy target for the demon. To help hide yourself, you could tell players, a Monk asked me to check if you're worth protecting, or hint at being a character the demon would not want to kill, such as the Soldier or the Ravenkeeper. If you suspect a player is the Imp, and that they may choose themselves that night to pass the role onto a minion, the Monk can block this move by choosing to protect the Imp. Up next, we have the Ravenkeeper. The Ravenkeeper's token states, if you die at night, you are woken to choose a player. You learn their character. The Ravenkeeper wants to get killed, but only at night. A Ravenkeeper who is executed by town does not get to use their ability. As the Ravenkeeper, it is very risky to reveal your role to others. If the demon finds out, they will not kill you, or make sure that you are poisoned if they do. When talking to players, or if you get nominated, you could claim a powerful role like the monk or fortune teller that town would want to keep alive and that the demon would want dead. Hopefully the town will let you live, so the demon will want to kill you that night. If you die at night, the storyteller will wake you and ask you to pick any player. They will tell you the character of the player you pick. Ideally, you'll be able to pick the demon, but if the player you pick is good, that is helpful too. You only get to do this once. If you claim a powerful role but end up alive late in the game, this may mean the evil team has a spy who knows your identity. Up next, we have the Virgin. The Virgin's token states, the first time you're nominated, if the nominator is a townsfolk, they are executed immediately. While the Virgin's ability may seem detrimental at first, it is the only role in Trouble Brewing that can be 100% confirmed as good. You want to find a townsfolk to nominate you, so both of you can be confirmed as members of the good team. Remember, outsiders are not townsfolk and therefore will not trigger your ability, including a drunk player who thinks they're townsfolk. The Washerwoman, Librarian, Investigator, and the Chef are great candidates to nominate you. While yes, they will die, these characters only gain information on night 1, so they will not lose out on more information. Alternatively, you could keep your role secret. If an evil player nominates you, your ability will not activate. This is a great way to catch an evil player in front of everyone. There is one exception. The spy minion might register as a townsfolk, so the storyteller could allow them to activate your ability. Remember, even if your ability is not trigger, the Virgin's ability goes away after the first time you're nominated in the game. Next, we have the Slayer. The Slayer's token states, once per game, during the day, publicly choose a player. If they are the demon, they die. The Slayer can win a game in a single move, if they pick correctly. At any point when everyone is together, you may announce that you are the Slayer and choose a player to shoot. If you pick the demon, they will die. If you pick anyone else, even an evil minion, nothing will happen and the game will continue. There is one exception. The Recluse may register as the demon, meaning it is up to the storyteller if a Slayer shot Recluse lives or dies. If you shoot the demon but the game does not end, either they were the Recluse or there's a Scarlett Woman in play. They have become the new demon. Either way, this will confirm to town that you are the Slayer. Sometimes the Saint will ask for a Slayer to shoot them to safely confirm that they are not the demon. You could do this, but be careful, it may be an evil minion bluffing, so you waste your shot. A Slayer may only use their ability once per game. If you wait too long, you may be killed before you get a chance. If you get nervous, you can use it right before a player is executed in town, including yourself. A random shot is better than not shooting at all. Up next, we have the Soldier. The Soldier's token states, you are safe from the demon. The demon cannot kill you, so you can bluff powerful roles like the Slayer and Empath to try to get their attention and waste their nightly attack. Keep in mind, you can still be killed in town by execution. You could also try a role swap. A role swap is when you and another player pretend to be each other's roles, both publicly and in private chats. Let's say you neighbor a fortune teller. Each day, they could tell you the information they got, which you can share with the town. Meanwhile, they can claim to be the soldier that the demon won't target. If you wake up and no one has died, it may be because the demon attacked you. However, it could have been a monk protection, or the demon attacking a dead body. If everyone thinks you were a powerful role protected by a monk, the demon may attack you again. A soldier dying at night is actually useful too. It lets you know that you were either the drunk or poisoned by a poisoner. Share this info with town, as it can allow everyone to figure out if their own information was sober and accurate and what evil minions they are playing against. And finally for townsfolk, we have the Mayor. The Mayor's token states, if only 3 players live and no execution occurs, your team wins. If you die at night, another player might die instead. If you can convince the town not to execute anyone while you're alive at the final 3, your team will win. This will require social campaigning to convince the town throughout the game. Maybe an empath or washerwoman can back you up. In almost every situation where there isn't a mayor, the evil team will win if no execution happens at Final 3, so you will need to work hard to convince people to take this risk. Remember, just because someone is marked for execution, that does not mean there has to be an execution. In this example, Seed 4 has been put on the block with 3 votes, including 2 players using their dead votes. If you nominate another player and exactly 3 players vote on that, no one will be executed. The second part of your ability, if you die a night, another player might die instead, is up to the storyteller. If the demon attacks you, the storyteller may kill another player, like a recluse, instead. Be warned though, if the demon attacks you and someone else dies, this will confirm your presence to the evil team. If they've managed to poison you at the final 3, or if you happen to be the drunk all along, your game-winning ability will not work. Next, we'll look at the 4 outsiders, starting with the Butler. The Butler's token states, each night choose a player, not yourself. Tomorrow, you may only vote if they are voting too. The Butler hinders the good team by having limited voting potential. Each night, the storyteller will ask you to pick a master. In each example, you select Seed 5. The orange arrow indicates who the storyteller is pointing to while counting votes. Here, Seed 6 is nominated. You want to vote, but Seed 5's hand isn't up when it's your turn, so you can't. Seed 5 puts their hand up eventually, but it's too late for you. Here, Seed 7 is nominated. Seed 5 has their hand up, so you decide to put yours up too. Your vote is counted, but Seed 5 drops their hand at the last moment because there are enough votes already. This is fine, because you voted when Seed 5 had their hand up. Finally, Seed 5 has been killed in the night. Unless they use their dead vote, you will be unable to vote today. In general, you can only raise your hand if your master does. It is your responsibility to remember this, not the storyteller's. A confirmed virgin is a great player to make your master, or a librarian who confirmed you. Let them know they're your master, so they put their hand up early enough. If you're alive on the final day, it's safer to pick a dead player who you know is good, instead of risking picking the demon. Up next, we have the Saint. The Saint's token states, if you die by execution, your team loses. If you are killed by the town vote, the game ends immediately. The Saint can be a stressful role, so you will want to find someone to clear your name. A neighboring empath will see that you are good. A fortune teller can check if you're the demon. And if you're lucky, a librarian may be made aware of your existence. Getting killed by the demon at night will not cost the game for you, since that is not an execution. If you claim a powerful role like the monk, you may be able to trick the demon. If this works, you could reveal your role to town in the morning to help clear up where the outsiders are. If your game has a gunslinger, a traveler character, they can also safely kill you. If you are nominated, you need to fight to stay alive. There's no point hiding your role if hiding will cause the game to end. If there's a slayer, ask them to shoot you to prove that you're not the demon. If you can convince town to come back to you on a later day, that gives you time to gain social trust or get cleared by other players' roles. Next, we have the Recluse. The Recluse's token states, you might register as evil and as a minion or demon, even if dead. Even though they are on the good team, the Recluse messes with townsfolk information by potentially registering as evil. A neighboring empath may learn a 1, even if their other neighbor is good. A fortune teller or Ravenkeeper may wrongly think you're the demon if they pick you. Because of the confusion you may cause, it could be a good idea to share your role early on to clear up any confusion. Even though your use is limited, you want to stay alive. An Undertaker's ability will be wasted on you, as would the Slayer's. And remember, you are on the good team. The Recluse can be useful. A chef may learn a 1 if an evil player neighbors you. Finally, remember that a Recluse might register as evil. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. It is up to the storyteller. And finally, we have the Drunk. But you won't know you're the Drunk. The Drunk's token states, you do not know you are the Drunk. You think you are a townsfolk character, but you are not. As the Drunk, you will be treated like the townsfolk you drew the token of, but your abilities will not work, and the storyteller will provide you with misleading information. Being drunk is like being poisoned for the entire game. For example, a drunk empath neighboring 2 evil players may be told a 0. A drunk investigator may be told 2 good players are a possible minion. And a drunk Undertaker who digs up an executed evil player may learn the role they were bluffing as. Non-info roles won't work either. A drunk monk will still be woken to protect someone, but the demon can kill that player in the night. A drunk slayer can shoot the demon, but nothing will happen. If your information isn't lining up with others, or if your ability isn't working, it's useful to share that you think you're the drunk. Only one player can be the drunk in Trouble Brewing, so if you know it's you, town can trust their own information more. If you're executed, an Undertaker would dig you up as the drunk, not the role you thought you were. A drunk is an outsider who thinks they're a townsfolk. If you get an outsider token, you are not the drunk. If you nominate a virgin and die, that means you aren't the drunk either. To kick things off for the evil team, we have the 4 minions. First, we have the Poisoner. The Poisoner's token states, each night, choose a player. They are poisoned tonight and tomorrow day. When a player is poisoned, they will think their ability works, but in reality, it will not. A poisoned slayer who shoots the demon will not kill them, and a poisoned monk will not protect their targets. On night 1, you won't know anyone's role, but you will know where your demon is. You could poison their neighbor in case they're an empath or a fortune teller checking their neighbors. Alternatively, targeting a ladder player can ensure that misleading info is spread around town. If on the first night you poison a night 1 info roll, the only information they get for the entire game will be misleading. Try to quickly coordinate your poisons with your demon. If you poison a Ravenkeeper, Mayor, or Soldier, the same night the demon kills them, their helpful abilities won't work. You can poison the same target every night. This strategy is known as poison locking. However, once you die, or if you become the demon, your target will no longer be poisoned. If they figure this out, it can be a huge help to town. Ultimately, your goal is to cause chaos and misinformation to help keep your demon alive. Next, we have the Spy. The Spy's token states, each night you see the Grimoire. You might register as good, and as a townsfolk or outsider, even if dead. The Spy learns everyone's role at the start of the game, and may appear as good, causing misinformation. Every night, the storyteller will show you the Grimoire. This can be an overwhelming amount of info, but you can take your time. Your storyteller may also let you take a picture, but be careful that no one else sees it. In this Grimoire, we can see everyone's role, as well as storyteller reminder tokens, such as who the Washerwoman sees, and who the fortune teller's red herring is. The 3 roles grouped together are the bluffs your demon will receive. You can use this information to figure out what other characters are not in play, giving you even more possible bluffs. It may be tempting to tell your demon everyone's role right away, but it can be suspicious to talk to them for so long. Focus on the dangerous townsfolk first, like the Slayer, Ravenkeeper, and Monk, and fill them in with more info when you get a chance. The Spy may appear as good. This means that nominating a virgin may get you executed and viewed as trustworthy by town, an Undertaker may see you as the role you're bluffing as, a chef may not see you as a pair with a neighboring evil, and more. It is up to the storyteller to decide when you register as good or evil. Up next, we have the Baron. The Baron's token states, there are extra outsiders in play, plus 2 outsiders. The Baron weakens the good team before the game starts by replacing 2 townsfolk with 2 outsiders. You do not have an active ability, and the town will likely find out you're in play when multiple people come forward as outsiders, so the best thing you can do is cause confusion to distract town from your demon. If one of the demon bluffs are an outsider role, you can pretend to be that. This can cause suspicion toward the other outsiders when the numbers don't add up, or hide that someone must be the drunk. Want to play more chaotically? You can make up fake fortune teller information to throw suspicion on another player. If another fortune teller comes forward, double down, make it sound like they're the liar. Waste the town's executions as they deal with you. In extra large games, there will be 4 evil players with only 3 bluffs. Where you have no active ability, you will likely be left without a bluff. If town thinks you are evil, you could try to protect a good player. This may seem backwards, but if a good player is nominated or marked for execution and you try to save them, the rest of the town may think that this player is evil too. And finally, the Scarlett Woman. The Scarlett Woman's token states, if there are 5 or more players alive and the demon dies, you become the demon. Travelers don't count. You are the evil team's insurance policy. You have no active power, but if the demon dies while you live, you become the demon. This means the evil team is safe if the demon gets executed, and even if the demon is shot by the Slayer. By claiming a powerful bluff like the Ravenkeeper or Fortune Teller, you can give the town a reason to stay alive. Your ability stops working after the final 5. If your demon dies when 5 players live, you will become the demon. If you make it to the end without your ability activating, you may want to act suspicious and get killed. As a minion, the demon living is your priority. If an imp picks themselves to die, you will become the demon. If they were trusted, they could bluff as a role like the Empath or Washerwoman to seemingly confirm you as good to town. Our final character is the one demon in Trouble Brewing, the Imp. The Imp's token states, each night, choose a player. They die. If you kill yourself this way, a minion becomes the Imp. As the demon, you will be responsible for choosing who dies each night. You may want to focus on characters like the Monk, who can protect other players, the Slayer, who can kill you instantly, or the Fortune Teller, who can narrow down demon candidates. However, if an experienced player is hinting that they are a powerful role, they may be trying to bait a kill and actually be the Ravenkeeper or the Soldier, 2 characters you definitely do not want to target. As the demon, it is important to use your bluffs. The storyteller will tell you 3 characters who are not in play. You and your minions can safely pretend to be these roles and use them to spread misinformation, but it is up to you as the demon to let your minions know what the bluffs are. As the Imp, it is not enough to deflect suspicion from yourself. In order to appear good, you need to come up with theories on who the demon could be. Use your bluffs to implicate other players. Maybe as the Empath, you learned that Seed 8 or Seed 2 was evil. If you are bluffing as the Monk or Soldier, you can kill an already dead body and reveal yourself as the reason why nobody died. Attacking dead players is known as sinking kills. Finally, as the Imp, you can choose to kill yourself at night. This will turn one of your minions into the demon. This method, known as star passing, can save you if the players are growing suspicious of you. If you have made it this far, thanks for watching. This video is not meant to be an optimal guide on how to play or anything. My goal is just to help ease new players into the game. If you enjoyed this, feel free to like or subscribe. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.